I was being super cheap. Like, I'm not about to pay no extra $10, $15 just for the packaging. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. My name is Candice and this is Everything Beauty with Candice B. So I started a top 5 series where I give you guys all of the details on my top 5 favorite beauty products that I use almost every day. I've already done one on red lipsticks, and today I want to move into some face products. So I'm going to be doing the top 5 bronzers for dark skin. I'll do some swatches and then give you all of the details on the products, and we're going to get started right now. So I normally use a powder bronzer. So the majority of the bronzers on the list are powder bronzers, but number 5 is going to be by e.l.f. Cosmetics, and it's the putty bronzer. This one is a cream bronzer. It's actually the only cream bronzer that I own. I really like this one. It's super affordable. I think it was $8 on the website, and it comes in multiple different shades. And the shade that I use is Sunkissed, so it is a pretty chocolate brown color, and I'm gonna just swatch it so you guys can kind of see what it looks like. When you first put it on, it does look very pigmented, but it does blend out really well. And it doesn't like make your foundation look too muddy. So this is the cream bronzer right here. So nice chocolatey shade. And it just blends out really well. So if I keep going over it, it'll just give me like that natural color that I'm looking for when I'm putting on bronzer. Definitely do not sleep on e.l.f. Cosmetics. I know we've seen it in like Walmart and Target, and it looks like that lower end cheap brand, but e.l.f. has really turned themselves around and just changed the perception of the brand as a whole. And there's a lot of e.l.f. products that I will pick up over any prestige makeup products. So if you have a chance to go and pick that up, I would highly suggest this cream bronzer. So number 4 is by Mented Cosmetics, and it's their Sunkissed Bronzer. I use the shade Yacht Life. So let me open it up. This one is definitely a bronzer. It's very red toned, which is typically found in bronzers. And if you can kind of see, this one has a little bit of glitter in it. So I don't tend to use this one as often, but the pigmentation on this bronzer is just so good that I can't pass it up sometimes. But I will use this one more in the summertime because it has that glitter and stuff, and I just feel a little bit more, I don't know, experimental in the summertime. So let me just swatch it, and that way you can kind of see the difference between the e.l.f. one. So you can see that this one is definitely more red, and then the Sunkissed by e.l.f. Cosmetics is a lot more brown, more neutral. So this one works really, really good, but I think it works a lot better when I'm a little darker from being out in the sun during the summertime. But this one blends out really well. I think it retails for, let me check, $22. And I think you can get it from Ulta or on Mented's website. Okay, so for number 3, it's gonna be a little bit weird because I didn't really buy the full packaging. But number 3 is Charlotte Tilbury's bronzer. I'll put up a picture of what the packaging actually looks like. But I went a little cheap and bought just the refill from it. So the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, I have it in my own little makeup palette here, but this is the bronzer by Charlotte Tilbury. Y'all, this bronzer was like, I think $55, but you could get the refill for, I don't know, $37. So actually, let me check. Okay, yeah, I was right. Okay, so with the full packaging and everything, it's $56, but if you buy just the refill, it's $39. So I was being super cheap. Like, I'm not about to pay no extra $10, $15 just for the packaging. I'm just gonna buy the refill. And then when the refill came, I was like, what am I gonna put it in? So then I had to go and buy this little thing for $15. So I just defeated my entire purpose. So I don't know, y'all, if y'all already have one of these, go ahead and buy just the refill. But if you don't, you might as well just buy the full package from Charlotte Tilbury. But let me get back into the swatches. This one is definitely very rich. extremely highly pigmented. So whenever I'm using that one, I do have to be really careful. And I think this one is shade number 3. Let me check again, because I forgot. Yes, I have shade number 3. I don't have the deepest shade because that one was just way too dark. But I swatched it on my hand. And this is the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. So you can see that one is definitely the deepest out of the 3. This is another one that I need to either go really light with or use this one in the summer. But I love this one. It blends out so good and it just looks really good on the skin. So number 2 is from our girl Riri, and it's her, what is it, Sunstalker Powder Bronzer. Y'all, this one just had me in a chokehold for the longest time. I've already hit pan. I have another one already on standby. I'm just trying to get through the rest of this one because I'm trying to use up stuff before I open up new ones. But I love this bronzer. It's the perfect like natural shade. Oh, I use the shade Coco Naughty, but it's the perfect natural shade for my skin tone. Let me just put it on. And I tend to wear this one when I want kind of a lighter makeup day and not like so full glam. So just show you that one. Which one is it? So this one right here, this is Coco Naughty. Get a little closer. So it's not as red as like these two here. It's very like neutral and just gives you just a pretty natural look. So I love this one. Ugh, this one was almost number 1, but let me show you number 1. Number 1 is the one that I have been using for the longest, and it's by Anastasia Beverly Hills. So it's their powder bronzer in the shade Mahogany. I love this one too. Similar to Coco Naughty, where it just gives me a beautiful flush of color. It's not too red, it's not too neutral. It's just perfect for my skin tone. So let me swatch that one. And this one I will wear on like almost every day because it's definitely an everyday bronzer. And also use it kind of like contour because I don't really contour. I just put on bronzer. So this is, ooh, they look a little gray in the camera. That one is, this right here is the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer. It looks funny to me on the camera. I don't know, y'all. This one's kind of like half bronzer, half contour. So I really like that one. So just like a quick recap, this is the e.l.f. Cosmetics one in the shade Sunkissed. This one is the Mented Cosmetics in the shade Yacht Life. This is Charlotte Tilbury's, which you can see is definitely the darkest one out of the 5. That's her powder bronzer. This is Fenty Beauty's powder bronzer, or I guess Sunstalker bronzer in the shade Coco Naughty. And then this one is Anastasia Beverly Hills. One of my favorite bronzers, but for some reason I always like forget about it because I'll go back to the Fenty Beauty and I'll leave it in the drawer, and then one day I'll open up the drawer and then it'll be looking at me like, hey girl, and then I'll pull her out and then just fall in love with her all over again. One of my favorite bronzers. I mean, all of these I love. They're all my babies, don't get me wrong. But yes, that is it for my top 5 bronzers. If you guys are enjoying this series, can y'all let me know down below in the comments and let me know which other product or category that I should review next. If you want to see more of my opinions or look at my top 5 red lipsticks, go ahead and click right here. Also, don't forget to subscribe, hit those notification bells so you're notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.